Starting a relaxed hair journey can be very stressful. I must be very sincere with you. It demands you to be very hardworking, to be consistent, to be patient, to be gentle. Hi lovelies, welcome back to the channel where we talk about everything relaxed hair care, from wash day routines to protective stylings, relaxer stretches, product review, and many more. In today's video, we're going to be talking about how to start a healthy, relaxed hair journey. It sounds interesting, isn't it? Back in the day, I remember telling a friend that I don't think I can ever do this thing called makeup. And she said, why not? I said, I can't even remember the basic things. She said, you can if you decide to. And today, it brings me to one thing. Everything starts with the mindset. Whether skincare, whether makeup, whether hair care, it all starts with the mindset. In today's video, I am going to talk you through step by step how to start a healthy, relaxed hair journey. Whether as a beginner or as someone who has already been on the journey and has decided to do a reset like myself. You need to know whether or not you want to do this thing called healthy hair thingy, because it will demand you to be hardworking, patient, consistent, gentle. Unlike natural hair, relaxed hair has undergone chemical process, so it is more weaker. It is more or less like a fragile fabric. Sometimes I say it's like the baby in the family. So it needs all the pampering, all the care, all the love, all the attention. You understand? So it starts with your mind. Are you willing? Are you ready to do it? The moment you decide to do it, you can, because that is when you are able to find out what is it that I have to do, what is it that I don't have to do. If you are like some people who think that hair is hair, you don't have to do anything, it's genetics. Such mindsets, no, we don't need heat hair. It is not going to get you to that journey. So it starts with the mind. If you are not like that and you are willing, you believe that it takes some bit of commitment to get your hair, even if it is the shortest of it all, it is in a healthy state. Start with the mind. Knowing that your hair is different from my hair, your journey is different from my journey. Then we move on to understanding your hair. My hair problems is different from your hair problems. My hair texture is different from yours. My hair type is different from yours. So understanding your hair would give you that platform to create a solid routine for your hair rather than looking at what people are doing, people's routine, and just following just anyhow. So you have to know what your hair is suffering from, or the state in which your hair is. Is your hair dry? Is your hair shedding? Is your hair breaking? Is your hair thinning? Once you know that, you can tailor a routine that will fit the purpose. And knowing the type of hair you have. Some people have fine hair, medium hair, very coarse hair. They all have their ways of dealing with it, you understand? So you need to know that. You also need to know your hair porosity. Is my hair able to absorb water, or does it repel water? And when it does, how long does it retain the water or the moisture? You need to know all these things before you can have a good routine. Then we move on to what product do you need? Must have products. And before that, I want to say this. Relaxed hair is chemically treated or has undergone a chemical process. And this chemical is the relaxer that we use, right? So choosing your relaxer right is also crucial in your journey. I advise that you stick to your relaxer, the one that has been working for you over the years. There are people who jump on anything. You don't have to switch relaxers because it is come highly recommended. No, choose your relaxer right. And how often you apply the relaxer is also important. Relaxers are chemicals. So how often you put that in your hair, it will determine whether your hair is going to be more weaker. Yes, so it is sometimes written on the relaxers. It comes 10 to 12 weeks. But I say that it is important that you take note of the timing. However, even if you decide to stretch your hair for a year and at the end of the year you don't have enough new growth, don't relax your hair. So what I'm saying here is that the stretching is important, and knowing that you have enough new growth is also important. A whole lot of things can happen within that period. You may fall sick, your iron levels may be low, you may be vitamin D deficient, a whole lot. I know something can slow your hair growth. You understand? So while you're on the journey of stretching, make sure that you have enough new growth that you can apply the relaxer to avoid overlapping and over processing. How you apply the relaxer is also crucial. If you have been on the journey for, let's say, 5 years and you are relaxing your hair, you have new growth, you've stretched your hair for about 4 months, and you're applying relaxer to the 4-month-old new growth, applying the same relaxer to your 5-year-old hair, what do you expect? Tell me. What is going to happen? This part, the already relaxed hair, is going to get weaker and it will break. There's no two ways about that. It will break. So what you need is to apply the relaxer to only the new growth, the ones that just came. You can attest that one has different texture compared to your hair, right? Yes. So now we move on to the product. If in 2025 you are still rinsing out your relaxer with your regular normal shampoos, then I don't know what you want, because the relaxer is a chemical process. Applying the relaxer to your hair is a chemical process and it needs to be stopped. The only shampoo that can stop it is a neutralizing shampoo. You don't have to use any other shampoo. If not, the chemical process will continue and your hair will become weaker. So you need a neutralizing shampoo. Relaxers, they tend to dry out our hair. So relaxed hairs crave moisture. They love moisture. So what you have to do is on every wash day, you need a moisturizing shampoo. If you are washing your hair every week, it means that you need a moisturizing shampoo. However you wash your hair, whenever you wash your hair, you need a moisturizing shampoo. You also need a clarifying shampoo. Why do you need a clarifying shampoo? It comes in names like purifying, cleansing. They all do the same job. You need that shampoo because by 4 weeks, maximum 6 weeks, your hair might have absorbed a lot of product ranging from oils, butter, leave-ins, moisturizers, name it, a lot. So you need that cleansing or clarifying shampoo to remove all the buildup from your hair. Then you start all over again. Other than that, any products you apply from that period will sit on your hair and it's not going to penetrate into the hair. It's not going to do the hair any good. So you need a clarifying shampoo. Now moving on to conditioners and deep conditioners. Personally, I have a place for conditioners in my routine. I do shampoo, I do conditioners, and I do deep conditioners. Some people move from shampoo to deep conditioners. That is also okay because conditioners don't do much. They work on the surface of the hair. However, I use it to detangle my hair, you understand, to prep my hair for the deep conditioning. Or sometimes I even skip it. So it's optional. You can do shampoo and then deep conditioners. They are non-negotiable. It is a must unless you are just doing anything. But if you're on a healthy hair journey, then I repeat, you can skip deep condition. Deep conditioning comes in two: moisturizing or moisture-based deep conditioners and protein-based deep conditioners or protein treatments. You need your moisture-based deep condition just like your moisturizing shampoo. Every wash day, you need to deep condition. You need to. Either the protein treatment or the protein deep conditioners, depending on the state of your hair. It's either every 4 weeks, once every 4 weeks, or every 6 weeks. Yes, you don't, the hair is already made up of protein, so it's usually broken down when we relax our hair. So you don't need much compared to moisture. However, you need to maintain that balance. So every 4 weeks or 6 weeks, you need to put in some protein, you understand, to strengthen the bones. So that is it for deep conditioners or conditioners and deep conditioning. Now move on to leave-ins and moisturizers. I use leave-ins only on my wash days. This is because most of my favorite leave-ins contain bits of protein. So I don't want to use them in between wash days to avoid protein overload. So I use them only on wash days. Then I use my moisturizer in between to moisturize my hair. However, if you have a leave-in that is moisturizing, it doesn't contain any protein, by all means use it on wash days for your moisturizing. It's fine. So this brings me to the point. Read your ingredients. Know what your product contains. Is it moisturizing, or is it protein, or is it balanced? Yes. Then you need oil to seal in that moisture, to lock it. You cannot be rough handling your hair every day. So if you moisturize your hair today, at least you retain the moisture for some couple of days, even if it's a day. You understand? So you need oil, coconut oil, avocado oil, olive oil, any oil of your choice. Make sure you are locking in that moisture. Yes. So that's it for the product. Pretty much simple, isn't it? Yes. Now come to the basic tools. I mentioned earlier that relaxed hair is like the baby in the family. You need to be gentle with it. So you need hair clips. You have to work in sections. So you section your hair in 2, in 4, in 6, depending on how thick your hair is. You need hair clips. You also need a wide tooth comb. You can't use a small comb to comb this hair. Like, you want to cause breakage? No. So you need a wide tooth comb, gently starting from the tip, then you work your way through to the roots. So that is it for them. You also need a steaming cup or a hooded dryer. Well, this is optional because some people prefer to go longer hours when deep conditioning without heat. I use heat, 30 minutes plus heat. You know, it works perfectly for me. So this is also optional. If you want to put your deep conditioners in your hair for an hour or two without heat, that is also right. So it's optional. Then your satin or silk hair bonnet or scarf. You need to protect your hair while you are sleeping. You don't want to cause breakage. You don't want your hair to be dried out when you wake up the next morning. No. Yes, so I don't know if I've left anything out, but if I have, comment below so that we'll talk about it. Well, so that will be it for our beginner friendly little tips. All right, so I'll see you in the next video. Until then, be good, share and subscribe. Love you. Bye.